I have a feeling that Brian Cashman's probably working on some moves that I would imagine they're going to be pulling off in the next week or so. I think. No, they're not cooked, you Elvis. Um, and way too many double plays. Yes, yes. The bats need to come around, and they need at least two contact bats, in my opinion. Don't be surprised if we wake up tomorrow. I say it's a lot, but like, and the Yankees make a trade for a bat. So because they do need to jumpstart this offense, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, um, I good for the Reds taking 2 out of 3. Well, taking two, at least the first two Yankees. So, yeah. But shout out to everybody in the chat: Stephen B, Jack, Consiglietti, yes sir, Jonathan, yeah, Mr. Two Thumbs. We're not done. Who said we're done? Who told you that, Mr. Two Thumbs? Well, Jemai Jones, he hit that double earlier, so I'll give him that. Uh, you know, our big bats didn't hit. Well, Volpe is slumping, but he hit a two-run double, put the Yankees back in the game today. So, oh, yeah. I don't think Judge is. I mean, Jones is the determining factor as to whether we lose or not, win. So it is okay, Tiffany. Yeah, admit 21 games over 500. Elvis is cooked. Yeah, I don't think so. I'll never admit that because it's not true. Slumping does not mean cooked. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, they can't. I mean, they really can't play DJ and Torres and Lamp at the same time right now. Unfortunately, you know, big trouble, champs. Gary, why do you say that? It was a crappy two. It's been a crappy 2 games, no doubt about that. But why are they in big trouble? Yeah, they're 21 over now. 21 over 500. Jesse, what's good? Yes, it did suck. You Elvis, we don't know where they're going yet. Just like we can't say the same thing about the Phillies or the Dodgers or any of these other teams who have a lot of guys hurt. No, this happens to the top teams every single year. Well, yeah, exactly. Steve me trade the whole team, fire Boone, fire Cash for making playoffs. It's done. It's over. 2000. Why? How is it 2022 all over again? They went to the ALCS in 2022. Why is an Oscar Gonzalez again? That's a good question. Well, I mean, I think questions. One of the reasons why I think Cleveland clientele is they probably want to play him in the outfield, and he wouldn't do that here. But yeah, yeah, fire Boone. How is this Boone's fault, you Elvis? And who are you going to replace him with? Yeah, I agree. Cashman needs to trade it for a couple infielders. Yeah, we talked about this a lot. They need infielders, no doubt about it. David Cohen, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, it is getting it's a crappy. They've had not a good month, but they're still 21 over 500. So I mean, I'm not losing hope. Good at bats by Wells. He needs to play more than Trevino. There's no doubt about that. Well, exactly. Can't blame Boone if the team doesn't hit. Well, it's the same thing from same people all the time. Fire Boone, fire Boone, fire Boone, fire Boone. You know what I mean? The O's will want a prospect. The O's want a prospect for who are you referring to, Tiffany? What are you talking about? A trade? Ask them that, champs, Gary. Davis playing over Rice. Ask them that. Don't know. Boston's on our heels, huh? Let's see. Yeah, they've had a rough couple of weeks. But 21 games over 500 is not just over 500. Now, let's see for 1 second here. There we go. Okay, Boston's 7 games behind the Yankees, so they're not really on our heels just yet. Okay, clientele, but it does feel that way when the Yankees are playing bad and Boston's playing well. So yeah, so I get that sentiment. Yeah, play the best players and don't carry paid more. Well, who are they going to put in place of DJ right now? That's better. Don't really have anybody. John Birdie's hurt. The guys that we need are injured, unfortunately. So, and we've got to get some guys back healthy too. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the minute, Tiffany. I'm with you there. If you got Bellinger and McMahon and Tanner Scott, that would be a huge deadline for the Yankees. I mean, really would be huge, Joe. Yeah. Well, we don't know. Go Eagles. We don't know that. To let him swing and set a bunt thing. I don't know. No idea. But he hit a 2-run double the at bat before that. So missed it 2 times. I'm not sure. It could be Bellinger to play first. It could be Renhefo to play third or second. It could be Matt Chapman for third and Renhefo for second. There are several guys, but the fact is they need, I think, two infield bats. They really, really do. And it really depends on who they get. But we need them to be contact bats. We need them to put the ball in play. We need guys that are gonna get Verdugo out of the cleanup spot and have him play more in a more likely spot like sixth, and get Gleyber Torres out of there and have him batting seventh or eighth right now. So we need the bats to bat above what do you call it? Verdugo and Torres. Yeah. I'm not worried about Boston just yet, click clientele. Yeah. But you're not wrong, DM. Bats were asleep. Yeah. We need some kind of trigger point, man. We really, really do. Yep, Boston is next up. You're right. They got one more game against Cincinnati, then Boston for 3. And then they have Baltimore for 3. And Tampa for Tampa and then Baltimore. So it's not going to get easier next week either. Yeah. As far as we heard right now, Joe, the Brian McMahon is most likely not available. If he is, the Yankees are very, very interested in him. Now we know. But right now, we could use John Birdie. We could use some of these guys that are hurt. No. Boston is 7 games behind us, Joseph. So let's chill out a little bit here. People keep bringing up deja vu in 2022. They went to the ALCS in 2020. This is 2024. It's a different season. Really. Would I trade for Chapman in San Francisco if I don't have to give up a lot? I would consider it if I didn't have to give up a lot. If we didn't have to give up a lot, yeah. But if we did have to give up a lot, no. But I do think they need 2 bats and they need to bring 2 bats. Whether it's 2 trades or a trade and a call up or something, I think we need 2 more bats in this lineup to jumpstart it. I really do. You know. Yeah, I don't think Mason Miller's happening, Joe. And the asking prices apparently Dominguez and Spencer Jones and Chase Hampton, so that's not going to happen. Never for a reliever. Yeah. Mm. Okay, clientele, this is what I'm talking about. He doesn't belong in cleanup line. That is Torres, neither does Verdugo. That's why they need somebody like a Cody Bellinger or somebody like that to have a cleanup spot. Be more representative. You bat him between Judge and Stanton when he comes back. That's a different look at the lineup right there. No, it's nothing to do with the franchise. We have injured guys, James Gary. And I'm not sure if they want Chapman either, to be honest with you, Joseph. But I know people are talking about it, so. Damian Fowler, what's happening? Biggest need to the trade deadline? I think if I could only make one trade, it would be a multiplayer trade for a pitcher and a position player from the same team. And the teams that you could probably do it are the White Sox, or maybe not the White Sox, the Marlins, the Angels. The White Sox, you could probably do two pitchers, but most likely one pitcher. But I would try to do one trade for a position player and a pitcher. So whether it be Carlos Estevez, the closer, or Tyler Anderson from the Angels and Luis Rengifo, or in the Marlins, somebody like a Jazz Chisholm and somebody like a Tanner Scott. Those I think would be impactful trades. But I think one trade's got to be two players if they can do it to address two holes. That's what I'm thinking. What would you do, Damien? I agree. Yeah, Miller missed almost 4 months last year with a UCL problem. So he can throw hard, but throwing hard doesn't mean anything. Nothing. No. They do hit into too many double plays. I mean, if Judge didn't hit the ball so damn hard, he would have been into that double play in the seventh. So he hits the ball so freaking hard. It's one reason why him and Stanton get doubled up a lot because they hit the ball harder than everybody else does. No. Yeah. Yeah, we're not. There's not a free fall. Who's feeding people this stuff from other channels? Like who's feeding people this stuff? Chapman is an elite defender, so I think he would be coming here for his glove. They would need to bring another bat as well. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Yeah. The lowly Reds, they're not really that lowly, champs, Gary. They're actually a quietly good, pretty good team. So people keep saying the lowly Reds. They're not as bad as people think they are. The training problem. I'm guessing they give Ben Rice a day off until he pinch hit later on. Even the kids they want to give him the rest too. That's what I'm guessing. You want to try to jumpstart the offense. Try to give J.D. Davis a chance to get his bat going. So Garrett Crochet to the Yankees is an intriguing trade, but I think it's going to cost way too much. Apparently, they're also asking for Dominguez and Spencer Jones and another pitcher. So what would they have to give for at least either Crochet? Either Dominguez or Jones. Probably Chase Hampton or Will Warren. And maybe another player. I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing, Mark. Based on what the White Sox are asking and what they're, what we hear that they're really looking for, which is not far from what they're asking. So. He is pretty much playing every day. I mean, he got a day off today. So. Yankees receive Matt Chapman, San Francisco gets Ronald Vivas, and the Fireside Yankees trade. It's not bad. I mean, I would like to keep Vivas if possible, but it's not that bad of a trade. I just don't think Matt Chapman's the first pick here. At least not my first choice. I think any trade should be a multiple player trade if they can do that. And then it looks right now that the Marlins and Angels are probably the only teams that could facilitate that for the Yankees. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Jazz Chisholm and Tanner Scott would probably bring a different dynamic to this lineup, especially in the bullpen. Yep, Chapman's another Boris client. This is true, Consigliere. So is Blake Snell. So is Pete Alonso. So is Corbin Burns. So I mean, a lot of these folks. You would give it Dominguez for Tanner Scott and Jazz Chisholm. Ooh, that's a tough one, Jesse. Dominguez alone? Dominguez alone or Dominguez with some other guys? Uh, Rice at 4. I'm not sure if I don't know if they're gonna put him there just yet, Stephen B. But I mean, unless he starts to display some power. So let's see display some power. So I would not call about Manny Machado. I'm gonna pass on that. Yeah. Mm. Well, Cashman called Texas about A-Rod because I don't know if you know this, but Texas had a trade between A-Rod and Manny Ramirez. A-Rod is supposed to go to Boston, and Manny Ramirez was supposed to come to Texas. And A-Rod was willing to forfeit a bunch of money so they can facilitate the trade, and the union blocked it, and they vetoed the trade. And as soon as that became public, Cashman jumped in all over it, and he traded Soriano for A-Rod. That's how it happened. So the situation's differently, but I mean, at this point, I don't think Manny Machado's a fit here. I would go after someone else, to be honest with you, for third base. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, some of the guys that would add would be free agents after the year. So it sounds like Ty Keller. It sounds like John Birdie's return is in sometime in July. Sounds like late July. So Davey, I would do my best just to move on from it. Seriously, that's what I would do. Tomorrow we get Frankie Montez on the mound against the Yankees. So if they're gonna jump on anybody, it should be Frankie Montez. It's Montez versus Nestor Cortez. I think that's the matchup. So, yep. Lou. Yeah, I'm pretty confident the Yankees make the playoffs. So, it's still early. There's like 76 or 75 games left to the season. There's a lot. There's a lot left. A lot of baseball left. So Vlad Jr. going. I would not be surprised if him or Pete Alonso go to the Astros. Yeah, fireworks in the background, Jonah. That's right. Happy Fourth, by the way, everybody. Tomorrow. Happy Fourth. Hopefully you celebrate. If you do, hope just be careful and be safe out there. So, Brandon Rodon didn't pitch that bad today. 5 and a third, 3 runs. That's generally a start that's not an insurmountable for the offense. The offense didn't do anything. I would not be blaming this all on Carlos Rodon. Uh, Scott, Kopech, and Bellinger. That'd be a pretty big deadline too, Joe. You got all 3 of them. It'd be a pretty big deadline. Yeah. Chad, I'm thinking that they're definitely at working the phones, and like we know about this now, they're working the phones. But teams are going to try to hold on a lot of their players until closer to the deadline when other teams join the bidding and it creates a bidding war, and you'll have teams that are willing to desperately overpay for some of their players. So I think the majority of the activity is going to happen the week of the deadline. Jones is ranked higher. He's rated higher than Dominguez. I mean, I would like Jones and Dominguez in the lineup together, but one of those guys is going to replace Verdugo after this year, Jesse. One of them is going to replace him. That's for sure. Volpe had a 2-run double, Mello. Willard, always a pleasure, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not really worried about Vlad or Bo, to be honest with you. Well, Stephen B, I think if the Yankees traded for Cody Bellinger and they are scouting him hard, they're very interested in trading for him. They would want to offset some of that salary with some salary heading back to Chicago. And that's no surprise. Really, it's no surprise. Yeah, the Astros are playing good ball. I could see them, becoming buyers. Yeah. I think Vlad could be traded to Houston, but I'm not sure if he does, Willard. I think him or Pete Alonso could be traded to Houston. I could see them adding a first baseman, like a big bat. They keep playing well. I could see that happening. It's not that easy, Brandon. It doesn't work like that. They can't just go out and address the problem. Teams want to hold on to their players because they want other people to bid higher for them. That's how it works. That's how it works. Yeah, they lost their sixth series, but they've won 17, so it's kind of a lopsided balance. And yeah, Rodon was better than some previous starts. Yes, he was. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm curious to see what we get at the trade deadline. But I'm also curious to see what the Orioles get at the trade deadline. That's going to be really interesting to see. Um, Speaking of the Orioles, where are we here? Orioles. They don't play until 10:10 p.m. They play the Mariners tonight at 10:10. Dean Kremer versus Logan Gilbert. So they play tonight. And teams will try to fleece the Yankees. They do it every year, Kid Kleinfeld. You're absolutely right. Yeah, he's working on stuff with Matt Blake. Yep, exactly, Stephen B. Paranormal's in the place. Paranormal. What's happening, my friend? By the way, smack that like button, gang. Let's try to get them likes over 100. Let's celebrate the 4th of July. Celebrate just being here together. Whether they win or they lose, I'm happy when I'm with all of you. So it's definitely worth the thumbs up. Yeah, John. I mean, I have a feeling that Verdugo's going to get a contract for a starting job somewhere. I do think they give him a qualifying offer, though. His his attitude and his swag is good for this team. Look at the double play. Yeah, and your point is, Mello, maybe he wasn't instructed to bunt. I'm over that. It's Stephen B. Probably. If they don't re-sign Soto, they might bring Verdugo back. That's a good point. Chris Bassett and Garrett Crochet. I'm not sure if they'll get Bellinger and Crochet. Crochet's going to cost a ton. Roderick Arias has a ton of hype around him, but he's also like 19. He's nowhere close to coming up. Lou Volpe is having a better year than last year. He's also probably going to win a second Gold Glove, so I don't know if you consider him an average player. What makes Arias so special? Why would he replace Volpe? What makes him so special? Is it because another channel's hyping him through the roof? Yes, we will, Ty. We'll get out of the slump. Yeah. 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 Rodon was solid. Yes, he was, Mellow. I don't. Where's Volpe gonna go? Where's he gonna go? Yeah, I can't see that happening, Brandon. That would be crazy if that happened. If they got Tanner Scott, Bassett, Guerrero, and Crochet, that would be the deadline of epic proportions. I mean, really, it would be. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Clark Schmidt coming back too in a couple weeks. And Kid Clientele, I would not be surprised if he'll go to the bullpen once Clark Schmidt comes back. I think they want to protect him. He looks tired, and he just I'd rather just transfer him to the bullpen and get some good innings out of him here and there, rather than try to extend them too much and have him get hurt again. Build off this next year. Throw 20 or 30 more innings than he threw this year. Like, let him 100, 120 this year max, and then go to 140 next year, 150. Like, he doesn't need to throw. He doesn't need to throw 180 innings this year. He doesn't need to do that. Mhm. Yeah, if we don't say. Yeah, no kidding. If we don't sign so, say right. I think a lot of fans are gonna write if they don't do that. Yeah, yeah. Bellinger has wanted to be a Yankee, so yeah. David Wilson, independent. Yeah, Roger Clemens. Yeah, man. What makes this an easy game, Brandon? Who told you it was gonna be easy? Did somebody say it was gonna be that it should be easy, Brandon? No, Rodon definitely wears emotions on his sleeves. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. There you go, pal. Let's get that cat. It's not that easy, Brandon. Just because they want to make those trades doesn't mean teams want to trade these guys to them. Teams are going to be waiting for other teams to pay more than the Yankees would. That's how it works. And Verdugo's not going to be traded. Let's be real, dude. Let's come on. Let's come on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody. That the thumbs up button, the like button's free. If you don't mind, just tap it. We're at 36 likes now. We're 64 away from 100. It's greatly appreciated. We always try to get to 100 on these live streams. Yes, happy fourth, happy early fourth, everybody. No doubt about it. Yeah, and did we really think the Yankees were going to continue to play the way they played the first 2 months and not, you know, not have any slumps? That would have been crazy. Everyone knows, yeah, exactly, Ty. Trade for everybody in the All Star team. uh, when is Cody Poteet coming back? I'm hearing a couple of weeks, Jay Palvis. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed if Hill went to the bullpen right now because he does look gassed. He really does. Even if they win, Hal has to explain. Fans want Hal to explain everything, even when they win. So that's just the way that it is. Yeah, yeah, it is. The back of the Reds bullpen is lights out. So you have to have a lead by the time you get to that bullpen. That's just the way, you know, that's probably the easiest or the best way to beat the Reds. You have to have a pretty decent lead. 'Cause that bullpen is very good. Very, very good. No, exactly, Ken. What do you know, Ken? He took the loss, he took the L, but he did what he was supposed to do. Yes, he did. 100%, Ken. Jackie, I wonder if they're gonna cut DJ. I really do. And they have to. Well, that's the point. Yeah, they have to pay him anyway. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Vivas, Cabrera. Yeah, Oscar Gonzalez. I mean, he's an outfielder with a gun for an arm. He's playing pretty solid too. Boy, Melly, you are really passionate about Volpe bunting more. The problem, Ken, is like some of these guys hit like Judge hits the ball way too hard, and it's easy to double them up. So Renhefo, he's a piece, but he's not the solution. No half stepping. I mean, I like him, but I mean, him and the pitcher would be nice from that team. But he's not the solution. They need more than Renhefo. Dev, the Devastator. Yeah. Well, exactly. Too wasn't given the bunt sign exactly. So yeah, if he was given the bunt sign, he would have bunted. Otherwise, he would have been probably been in trouble had he ignored it. What means that? How do you know they could have easily won those games, Brandon? And chose to self-destruct. Can you break that down and explain that for us, Brandon? I want you to break that down for us, please, in a way that has facts behind it, not your opinions. I'm asking you to do that. It's their call, Mello. No. What's wrong with taking a swing again after you hit a two-run double and put the Yankees back in the game? And you the same, the logic is kind of valid on both sides. I understand what you're saying, Mel, but like it's NFE. Yo. The my man NFE is in the house from the strike zone. There he is. Yeah, I'm not gonna share the cap. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. CeeLo, what's up, CeeLo? What's good, brother? That's how we do, CeeLo, man. Look, they're 21 games over 500. Yes, they lost two in a row. Yes, but the bullpen for Cincinnati is dominant in the back end of it. So the Yankees would have to take a lead, and they're in a better position tomorrow to probably take the lead because we're facing Frankie Montez tomorrow. So it's Carlos Rodon versus Frankie Montez. So that alone is reason for at least for me to be encouraged. And I hope it is for you too. You know, that is therapeutic for me. You know. Yeah, well, you might be getting hot when Stanton returns. You might be right. Yeah. I was reading a comment, Ty. A lot of people want DJ cut, but I don't think it's that. It's not that easy. Would they consider it? I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see, right? You know. I think Stanton will bring some more energy here as well. I do. I would agree with that, Jonah. No, Carlos Rodon pitched tonight, CeeLo, and he pitched pretty decent. 5 and a third, 3 runs. Just the offense was too late. Volpe hit a two-run double, put them back in the game, but it wound up being 3-2. They had opportunities with guys on bases, but they a couple double plays. So you know, he might not have any choice, Brandon, because teams might be holding on to their players. Maybe they don't want to trade them right now because they want as you get closer to the deadline, teams are going to be joining. More teams are going to be joining the bidding. That's the way you get people to overpay. So it's not that easy. Can't just Cashman just can't make trades that he wants to right now. I wish it was that easy, but it's not. I really do wish it was that easy. Yeah. hmm Well, this is one reason why, Jake. Right? Bellinger would be a perfect position in that four spot. Judge could be third, Bellinger fourth, Stanton fifth, right? And then you can go Verdugo sixth, right? And the rest of the lineup after that. So that to me is a much better. I think Bellinger bats on the lefty side. You can sandwich the lefty in between the two righties. Got contact, got power, he's got speed. So, and if he plays first base and you don't have to trade Ben Rice for him, if they don't, then you could have Ben Rice at the catcher with Austin Wells. You'd have two much better bats than Trevino there at the catching spot. So it doesn't really matter that they're both lefty. It doesn't matter at all, especially the catcher position. So we'll see. Well, exactly, John. They hold on to him until they get extract as much value as they possibly can. Yeah. A lot of folks are under the impression the Yankees can just go out and make a trade anytime they want. It's not that easy, and not everyone wants to come here. So we have to deal with that too. Yeah, yeah. TT, he broke down pitching. He didn't pitch bad actually. He was pretty decent. We don't know what the Yankees follow right now, Mello. We don't really don't know. I mean, I don't know, Albert, if it's analytics and going with this matchup and that matchup. I don't know, but Ben Rice is he's a rookie, so I don't think they want to wear him down either. But I would play Wells more than Trevino too, personally. You know, I hear you, CeeLo. If you have Apple TV, you can get the MLB TV app and you can customize it to Yankee games. That way, you don't have to pay for the whole package. That's what I do, and that's I get pretty much all the games, which is fantastic. So it's definitely been playing like gas for the last couple of weeks, Talent. There's no doubt about that. Yankee baseball. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. So very much appreciate that. But yeah, if anybody hasn't hit that like button yet, please do. Please do. Yeah. We got Frankie Montez on the mound tomorrow against the Yankees against Nestor Cortez. So yeah, I think Torres' time is getting short. There's no doubt about that. Ferguson, probably too. Yeah. And again, if they brought in Tanner Scott, he would be a perfect replacement for Caleb Ferguson. So, yeah. Well, if they stayed with Rice, Palvis, I'm fine with that. If they brought in Bellinger and did not have to trade Rice, I'm okay with that too because I'd rather have Bellinger and Rice here, in all honesty. So, but yeah. Exactly, Ken. That one just flew by me, Ken. It really did. And well, exactly too, Rob. Not everybody can perform here. He's got a year and a half of control left, Mel. I think they could trade for Vino, in all honesty. Oh. He wasn't that bad, TC. He was 5 and a third and 3 runs, so that's not that bad. He was better than the last couple starts, that's for sure. Steven, thank you for the super chat too. I appreciate that. Red Sox fan loving this. This weekend in New York is against Yeah, you guys are 7 behind the Yankees, so it will be a pivotal series against the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, 3. Got 1 more against Cincinnati, and 3 against you guys. So, and you guys are. I always say this. I'm never Going to rule out the Red Sox. So they have a different identity this year. So they're much more athletic and fast and aggressive. So it's a new look Red Sox, but it's a pretty promising one. They're putting it together a lot of athletic building blocks moving forward, Steven. So, Red Sox are good, man. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Yeah. Uh, Wake, I mean, my conservative estimate is probably one reliever and one infield bat. That's my guess. I hope it's more than that, but we'll see. Right? So that's what I think, Wink. 58 likes. All right, you need 42 to get to 100, gang. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, smack the like, hit the subscribe, share the channel out, and please do the same for the Strike Zone too. I want to help my brother grow. I want him to get to the 1,000 subscriber milestone this year before the summer's up. I'd love to help him get there. Is it Stroman tomorrow? Not Cortez? You might be right. You might be right there, Talbot. Tomorrow, 4th of July. Oh, yes, you're right. Stroman. Okay, Stroman versus um, Montez. It's a 105 game tomorrow, too. So that's good. The bullpen did hold their own. You're right about that, too, Ken. He's one of my favorites, too. Strike Zone. Even keeled approach, just real, genuine. That's what I connect most with. And I appreciate NFE. I really do. Yeah, Wells and Rice, they do work a pitcher. Yes, they do. You're not wrong there. I understand the frustration, Mello. We're all frustrated that the team is slumping, but I'm not. I'm not turning my back on the Yankees. There's no way in the world I would go over to the Mets side. No way in the world. 63 likes. All right, we need 37 to get to 100. Yankees go after Chad Green. Probably as a last resort. Not before Tanner Scott. Not before like Carl Cespedes from the Angels. I mean, he might be on the second tier, Brandon. That's my guess. Yeah. Yeah, I would get as much athleticism in that lineup as possible, David. That's against the Red Sox. We gotta counter that, man. That need a catcher. The St. Louis Cardinals need a catcher, Albert. Remember, their Wilson Contreras broke his forearm. They need another catcher. Yeah, yeah. Stroman goes to Mark. Strike Zone's 23 subs away from 700. If anybody hasn't subscribed to the Strike Zone, please do. Member of the 161 family. And if you put your link in here, please, if you don't mind. I want to get the link out so people can support the channel. And again, it doesn't cost anything, but we really want to support NFE by subscribing to the Strike Zone. You will not be disappointed, I promise you that. Glaber says hot. Glaber and prospects to the Miami for Chisholm. That won't be enough, Mike. But the problem with Glaber Torres to the Marlins is they wouldn't pay Luis Arias' salary, and Glaber makes more than Arias. So I can't. I don't think Torres is going to go to the Marlins. To be honest with you, two relievers and an infield. You're probably pretty right about that, talent. You're probably right. You're probably spot on about that. It's going to be right around there. This because now you're in Japan. Oh my gosh, I want to go to Japan. I really do. Yeah, Judge didn't go deep tonight, so got to bench him. Exactly. My guess, Brandon, if they go for Renhefo, they're probably going to try to package him and get a pitcher from the Angels too. I think it would be a multiplayer trade. I think. I think. I'm going to try to go live after the game tomorrow, Jonathan. Yeah, depending on what I'm doing, but I will try to go live after the game tomorrow. Yep, it's all good, Jonah. Yeah, I want you all to enjoy your fourth and with your family, your friends, your loved ones. Just be safe. Be safe. My next panel, Jack. Yeah, it's not this Saturday. It's the following Saturday. At the end, we'll recap the game. We'll talk baseball, and then we'll do our open panel, our top five comedians, top five funniest movies, top five funniest shows. Those three categories right there. They probably have played a part in the slump, Melly. You're probably right, man. Chad Green makes 10.5 million. No surprise. He'll sound like a 160 ERA or something like that. He's pitching pretty well. Stanton's due back in a couple weeks, as far as we know. He's already started activities, so my guess is he'll play a couple rehab games and he'll be back in probably right after the All Star break. I'm guessing. Chad Green, no, he did not. Michael King went in a Soto trade. Um, who else? Chad Green signed with the Blue Jays. I think is a free agent, CeeLo. Michael King, Johnny Brito. We only got Randy Vasquez and one of their prospect pitchers who was traded to the White Sox, Drew Thorpe. He was traded to the White Sox recently. So, yep. No doubt about it, yeah. Robbie Ray and Patrick Corbin, they're needed for this rotation right now. Right, Steven? Yeah, you hear fireworks wink. There's a lot of them going on in the background. Yep, it is. Stanton is throwing and running, so that's an encouraging sign. And IKF was better as a Yankee last year than he was the year before. He was playing less out of position than he was the year before. So they're not going to trade Verdugo and Ferguson for Rengifo. That's not going to happen. Ferguson maybe, or maybe even Ian Hamilton, but they're not going to send Verdugo to the Angels. That trade doesn't make any sense. New hitting coach? No. Come on. Dude. And you want, come on. Higashioka also went to the Padres. Yes, he did, Wink. Yeah, Drew Thorpe, Michael King, Johnny Brito, and I think Randy Vasquez were the five that went to the Padres. And Drew Thorpe is with the White Sox now. Schmidt sounds like he's going to be back before the All Star break. I mean, right around after the All Star break and before the trade deadline. Hmm. Hamilton's on the IL, I think, I think he has a shoulder strain, if I'm not mistaken. Jack, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean it's wonderful watching Cole pitch, Jonah. It really is. If you ever get an opportunity, I encourage you to take advantage of it. Yeah, they got Grisham and Soto. That's right. Too many. They have every team has options. That doesn't mean they can actually make the trades. I mean, people talk about these beat writers say they trade for this, trade for that. Channel say trade for this, trade for that, and so on. And they don't seem to, or and also say, well, teams are waiting to extract a bigger value from other teams. Like they ask for more for the Yankees, or maybe they don't want to play for the Yankees, or if they don't mention that. We do all the time, but not, so many other people don't mention it. So the Yankees just can't make the trades anytime they want, any type of trade. Just because these guys are available potentially doesn't mean the Yankees can trade for them. No, I think that's important to keep that in mind. Yeah, yeah, Grisham and Soto. Yeah, and Thorpe is 2-1. Third base coach. Yeah, I would agree with that, Ken. Yeah, I would not. Yeah, I would consider a new third base coach. That's a good point. We don't know what's background is King Solomon. We don't know what the background is on it. And what if Volpe bunted and they still got the runner out or got him out? Would he still be blaming Boone for that? It's you know, yeah, exactly, Anthony. Just DFA Stanton, I'd be so yeah, dropping the knowledge bombs on everybody. I'll ask you again. What proves that they were supposed to win this game? Reds fans probably saying the same thing. The Reds should be winning these games. Like that's what the game is about. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. It doesn't mean they're supposed to win. It's just that these wins aren't entitled like to the Yankees. They have to go out and perform. It's the way that it is. I've seen the All Star Game jersey. He's not too bad, Wink. I'm just I'm taking comfort in the fact that they're 21 games over 500. King Solomon. Even despite the crappy play in the last 3 to 4 weeks, they're still 21 over 500. 70 likes. All right, we need 30 to get to 100. Higgy, yeah, I miss Higgy. I do. He was a good Yankee. Let's see. Standings. All right, 20 games. Excuse me, my apologies. 20 games over. They're 54 and 34. 20 games over 500. Yeah, I'll take the girls to fireworks tomorrow, Jack. I mean, my little one, I don't know if she'll be afraid or not. We'll see. I might bring her back down to sleep, and then my wife will either take her or I'll take them or something like that. So, but we'll put them. Yeah, we'll get them to see some fireworks. Oh, that's the strike zone. The link to the strike zone. If anybody can click on that and subscribe, it would be much greatly appreciated. We definitely want to support our Guyana fee. If you're going to do anything tonight, subscribe to that channel. Pretty please. Yeah, Higgy had that 3 homer game. I remember. Patrick Corbin. No, thank you to Patrick Corbin. Oh God. Jersey Shore. I don't know, Wink. Maybe. My eldest wants to go to a beach, so we'll get him to a beach somewhere, possibly in the Jersey Shore. That's why I got married in the Jersey Shore. Well, that's the other thing. That's another valuable point because you're not getting a break on Giancarlo Stanton. They would DFA him a while ago. This is true. We don't know yet. I think so. I don't feel that way, but you feel that way. That's fine. Join in Manhattan. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, no doubt about it. Though, yes, yeah, because they can get loud. Ken, that's a good point. Yes, indeed. Finger Lakes. Okay, you were upstate. You were up there, up north. All right. A whole new rotation. You get Corbin, Robbie Ray. You get Blake Snell and Jordan Montgomery. Get all those guys. There's a lot of reinforcements coming back to the Yankees too. Brubaker, Efros, Poteet, Nick Birdie. We got John Birdie. We got Lou Trevino. There's a lot of people still. Clark Schmidt. Um, so temporarily using your Andres Gomez and Luis Hill. I mean, it can't hurt, Albert. So it can't hurt, in all honesty. Yeah. I'm not giving up on the Yankees just yet, Clint. Would I trade Trevino and Torres Sal? No, I would not, Jack. Salvador Perez is on a monster contract. I would not do that. Yeah, exactly. His dream rotation, exactly. Oh, I like that, Jonah. Yeah, last time I did a wine tour with my wife, we were in Napa, California. We saw a bunch. We got a bunch of wine. Uh-huh. But thank you for that, Jonah. We'd love to do that. Madison Bumgarner, exactly, Ken. Yeah. Rodon, I wouldn't say he's crap. He did 5 1/3, 5 1/3 today, a 3-run ball. No. Madison hasn't. Nobody signed Madison. Rob. He's just out there as a free agent. He fell way off the map after he signed for the Diamondbacks. Just completely fell off the face of the earth. He was terrible with them too. Absolutely terrible. You know, with the Giants, he was a postseason legend. I hope so too, Chet. I mean, Boston, Baltimore. Those are the teams we need to do well against. That's for darn sure. Yeah, I wanted him a couple years ago too, Rob. I'm with you there. Yeah, he's been way better this year. Not stellar, but he's been pretty good. Joe. Who? Matthew? Oh, Boyd. Yeah, yeah, I hear that, Jack. Nice, Ken. Napa's got great wine. Got great wine. Reliever targets: Kopech, Estevez, Scott, Nardi, and I'm sure there's some other names that we're not hearing about that Cashman's quietly inquiring on. Yeah. Pedro Martinez, exactly, Jesse. Let's get him out of retirement. Dust off that Hall of Fame jacket. 9-6 with 445. I mean, my guess is he'll win. I mean, I had originally predicted he'd win probably 13, 14 games this year. I think I'm going to stick with that for Rodon. Steve Trout, Britt Burns, and Lee Guttin. Damn, Jack, you're taking us back. taking us back, man. But that's what we have tonight, gang. I mean, that's just it is. They lost their second one in a row against the Reds, which sucks. Yeah, they lose the series. Yes, it sucks. But again, Frankie Montez is on the mound for the Reds versus Marcus Stroman for the Yankees. So I'm more confident that the Yankees win tomorrow. I really do. Jones, I think Jones probably gets DFA'd when John Birdie comes back. That's my guess. Yeah, Kopech. I mean, I would likely pass on Kopech. There are other guys I would want before Kopech. Yep. Yeah, I would. Obviously Crochet, but I mean, he's going to cost half the fun. Pedro, I have no idea. Tyler, I don't know. I don't think he can hit 95 now. Maybe once, and his arm probably fall off. So he was one of the best pitchers in our generation. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, he's probably one of the most dominant. Him and Randy Johnson are probably the two most dominant I saw up front. So they were unbelievable. Ron Hesse, Mariano Duncan, and Charlie Hayes. Dang, Jack, you guys are really taking us back. Well, I appreciate you guys and gals. I want to thank you all for coming on. Again, tomorrow's another day. It's 4th of July. So please, whatever you do, happy 4th of July. Be safe tomorrow. I will try to go live after the game. Hopefully, we'll celebrate some freaking 4th of July firework win with the Yankees. So that's for damn sure. But peace and love to all of you. I appreciate you. Hit the likes on the way out. Hit the sub on the way out if you haven't done yet. And please subscribe to my man and NFE's channel, The Strike Zone. Please do. Okay? And thank you, everybody, for your insights, your venting, everything. You can come here and vent. You can come here and be happy. You can come here and not be happy. It doesn't matter. You can be what you want to be, okay? It is what it is. It's what it's going to continue to make this channel better. But have a great night, everybody. Again, happy 4th. Be safe, all is. Much love. See y'all tomorrow.